Welcome to the Security in 5 podcast. I'm Drew, the binary blogger. This is a daily show talking about news, tips, and opinions focused on IT and cybersecurity related topics for everyone. I believe we all have some security responsibility, whether it's at your home, school, work, or personal life as we use technology. The more aware you are of the security world around you, the more secure you can be. Thank you for listening. This is Security in 5. Episode 971 of Security in 5, and today I want to talk about Signal, the end-to-end encryption app. Not necessarily talking about the application in and of itself, but what Signal did and what the result was from Facebook on what they wanted to do, and it's very intriguing. Now, we've talked about data collection and social media platforms, Facebook and otherwise, collecting data on you, and they don't provide social media platforms anymore. They provide technology to improve their data collection services to build that overline profile around you. But the haziness around of exactly what does that mean for most people is out there. And he's like, okay, they collect my name, they collect this and that and the other thing, but the insight of really how they profile individuals and what they use it for and sell it and profit, Signal wanted to not necessarily expose it, but just highlight that data collection. So what they did is created very specific targeted ads that they were going to get out onto Instagram. Now, they were using the same methodologies and ad collection for targeted ads like anybody else. However, what they did or tried to do until they were banned was very, very unique and very witty. And what they were going to do is have ads that were specifically designed and targeted to an individual, but reveal the information about that individual about the targeted ad. And let me explain. So here is what they were looking to do. So instead of seeing an ad for a product or whatever, they were going to post a text box that had a lot of information that they gathered from the data collection firms. And here's one of the examples. You got this ad because you're a K-pop loving chemical engineer. This ad used your location to see that you are in Berlin. You have a new baby and just moved, and you're really feeling those pregnancy exercises lately. That was one of them. Another one is, you got this ad because you're a teacher, but more importantly, you're a Leo and single. This ad used your location to see that you're in Moscow. You like to support sketch comedy, and this ad thinks you do drag. And that's kind of the insight in the exposure that these ads were going to do, is not just target with a product, but actually open the door and kind of lift the veil a little bit behind this. Well, Facebook didn't like that, and using various excuses, payment problems, whatever, banned Signal's ad and rejected all of the ads, and then made up some excuse. Well, Signal had all these screenshots and said, no, these were actual targeted ads. They went out and then they were promptly rejected. Not only that, but our ad accounts were disabled on the platform. But this is the thing in the going forward. So in the privacy sector, this data collection with iOS 14.5 that just came out on reclaiming the privacy control down to the individual users, hopefully more and more things like this start to bubble up and people start to turn on this machine and this business model, and this goes away, or at least is significantly altered to the controller of the user, meaning that people are now going to have to opt in and be fully 100% transparent and aware and have full access to everything that these ad agencies, data collection agencies are collecting upon us. That's hopefully this new privacy begins a small privacy revolution to expose this and really shine the light on how the data is being used. Because when you have a few hundred, a few thousand, 10,000 different types of data points, those in and of themselves can be benign and useless. Okay, I'm a Leo, I live in Berlin. But when you take all of those points, put them together into very complex algorithms, you can build a very, very significant profile of an individual, which is data collected only by what you post publicly and your behavior. That's the real scary part, and how accurate it is. Those ads that show up of something that you speak about or think about or just browse around, those aren't there by chance. And the data driving that to make that happen is scary. Signal tried to expose that, and of course Facebook doesn't like that you're using the data collected by Facebook to do the ads, but if you expose the data that they have and the process behind it, they didn't like that and they banned them for it. So a new witty way to go about it. Hopefully others will go ahead and dive in and start doing this and expose these types of practices, because they do need to be changed. They do need to be moved back down to the user-centric control. Things are starting to move, but we'll see if this wave can grow. Security in 5. Be aware, be safe. Thanks for listening. This has been another episode of Security in 5. If you have any questions on today's episode or any suggestions for future content, feel free to drop me a line. Reach out to me at Twitter, post a question on the Reddit channel, or go ahead and drop me an email. If you want to continue to support the show, you can head over to the Patreon site. All the links are in the show notes of every episode. And remember, be aware, be safe. Thanks for listening.